the chance to win not only the coveted Golden Cookie Award, but a free ride to Sunderland Academy next year. One of the best, and therefore most expensive boarding high schools in the country that, bonus, had one of the best pre-college journalism programs. Lucy had already gotten accepted a few months ago, though her parents hadn't quite figured out how to afford it yet, which was why she was coming along to the competition. More on that later. Anyway, Lucy and I wouldn't be going to high school for another year. Thanks to weirdly drawn school district lines, this would be our last year at the same school, possibly in the same town too. If we didn't figure out how to go to Sunderland together, and that'd be a disaster. If I got into Sunderland, we'd share a dorm, catch the bus home on the weekends, and continue along with the greatness that is our friendship. We needed to go to school together. Outside of Mom, Lucy was all I had. Lucy lived on the other side of town. She had a nice house and a nice dog, unlike my cat, Catsby, who bit me every time I came too close to her fluffy tummy. Lucy had it all: good grades, oodles of friends, shiny black hair that still looked beautiful after a sudden terrible gust of wind, and a wardrobe of well-fitting clothes. But she wanted more, and she was far too ambitious for her own good. She wanted to be the next Barbara Walters, or, better yet, Ariella Wilborn. I never heard anyone talk about a journalist the way Lucy talked about Ariella Wilborn, like she's Captain Marvel. While Lucy had ambition, talent, and smarts, I had cookies. Everybody's got their thing. The special talent they'll use for the rest of their lives, right? Well, food? That was my thing. Not only cookies, in my spare time on the weekends, I'd, illegally, staged at restaurants around town. I'd learned how to make a mean spicy salmon roll with red pepper aioli, fried chicken according to an old black woman's great-grandmother's recipe. The trick was marinating it in milk. And construct a mouth-watering burger using the right ratios of different types of ground beef. I'd assisted in dinner rushes, meal prep, and once, when Mom was working, I snuck out at 5 a.m. to help the local baker with his daily bread bake. Food was so totally my thing. And that was another reason I had to go to Sunderland. Its superstar culinary program would boost my special talents, so I'd get to bake, expertly and happily, for the rest of my life. Laila, you packed? You need anything? Mom walked into my room, the braids on her hair disheveled and flapping all over the place. She was in her nursing scrubs, and there were dark circles under her eyes, though she hadn't yet left for work at the hospital on the other side of our small suburb, Fable Creek. I had just been thinking I could have used a new pair of shoes to replace my tight around the toes ones, but they weren't a priority. Nope, got everything I need. She'd been single-momming me since Dad passed away from cancer when I was 7. We lost our house because of the medical and funeral bills, and then we got evicted from our last apartment. Mom was a guilty wreck about it. She thought it was all her fault everything fell apart. It was my job to let her know it wasn't, that we could still achieve big things, even if we had to start from a lower ledge than everyone else. Me winning the golden cookie would be good for her too. And until then, I could stretch my time with these small shoes a little longer. How are you feeling about the competition? She sat down on the edge of my bed and brushed a few frizzy curls behind my ear. I looked up into her hazel eyes. My eyes were all Dad's, dark brown to match our dark brown skin and dark brown hair. I was a walking chocolate bar. While Mom was lithe and fragile, I was thick.